Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting live on Channels Television Lagos. A reminder of our main stories. Nigerian governors to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari over the nation's economic downturn. The Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative robbed minds with the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, over ways to curb billions of dollars in oil revenue leakage. Senate President Bukola Saraki reads riot act to government agencies who failed to remit federal government revenue to the Federation account. And several mosques are hit by a series of explosions in the Yemeni capital, Sana'a, causing dozens of casualties. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We urge you to please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. Let's look at what you've sent on our Eyewitness platforms. Here are pictures. We'll begin with this one. At the return of a Papa gridlock in Lagos, our Eyewitness reporter says the consequence of this tanker-inflicted traffic is a gridlock of both private and commercial vehicles. He says the hold-up brings untold hardship on motorists and therefore appeals for a lasting solution to the problem. Similar to that, but this time in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, is this photo of traffic jam. Our Eyewitness reporter says the cause of the constant gridlock is connected with the narrow road which connects three communities of Sokal, Buhari, and Kubwa. He is appealing to the authorities to expand the road to ease movement. And from Agaragu village on Lafia Makudi Highway comes this image of a section of the road eaten off by erosion. Yet beside it is a deep pool of water, which is also dangerous. Our Eyewitness reporter is concerned that the ever-busy road could be cut in two if not attended to on time. Finally, from Rumuagulu in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, comes this photo of a pool of water and a heap of garbage on the entrance to the community market. Our Eyewitness reporter says that aside from the bad sight, the odious smell from the rubbish is also of concern. He therefore appeals to the authorities to clear the rubbish, drain the pool, and give them an accessible road. Many thanks for those pictures. You can also visit our website as well and download our free apps onto your device. While controversy continues to trail the wages and allowances of the members of the 8th National Assembly. This is happening when most states of the Federation owe their workers several months of salaries, a situation that has sparked a nationwide social media buzz and street protest in some states. One of the campaign promises of the All Progressives Congress and President Muhammadu Buhari was to fight corruption, in particular interest in reducing overheads in the running of government. In this special report, our political correspondent, Seun Okinbaloye, takes a look at the anti-corruption fight and the burden of dealing with the nation's corruption perception.
Fight against corruption was top on the agenda of the APC when the party was seeking power. The stance of the presidential candidate then was well known, and he did not mince words on the matter. He said,
"If we don't kill corruption in this country, corruption will kill Nigeria."
President Buhari appears to be clear on some of the ways he wants to fight corruption even before he won the party's ticket.
This is a multi-party democratic system, but there is a constitution in place. 1999 constitution is amended, and one has to go through that. And that constitution does not allow for corruption. The problem is that the government, the central government and some of the state governments were not applying sanctions.
But on the day of inauguration, Does it look like we will be seeing a showdown?
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody. A few people have privately posed fears that on coming back to office, I shall go after them. These fears are groundless.
The recent estimate from the National Bureau of Statistics reflects that about 25% of Nigerians are unemployed, and sadly, 38% of Nigerian population are extremely poor. With this gloomy but graphic reality, the cost of governance and the earnings of some public officers have come under the spotlight. More controversial is the pay of National Assembly lawmakers.
We must cut our pay, our remuneration, our salaries and allowances as a mark of honor that we need to act the change we are preaching.
It is said that a Nigerian senator earns about 240 million naira in salaries and allowances, while his House of Representatives counterpart earns about 204 million naira per annum, that running into several billions of naira. Several states in Nigeria owe workers several months of salaries with meager 18,000 minimum wage, and some states are receiving as low as about 2 billion naira as federal allocation, of which is now irregular. Also, with the dire state of the nation's economy, Nigerian federal lawmakers are said to be earning the most in the world. In fact, compared to perhaps the richest country in the world, the #1 citizen's wage there is a far cry from what one of Nigeria's elected parliamentarians takes home every year.
You can't believe the amount of resources that accrue into their upkeep, into their sustenance, and into their leading the rest of us. So it's not a question of altruism or national service. They are in for real to make money. Money is the name of the game, and it's very distressing.
The report from Transparency International about Nigeria's Corruption Perception Index is not encouraging at all. Nigeria ranks 136 out of 175 countries. But the president may have to deal with 94% corruption amongst political parties and the executive arm of government. In the police force, 92%, and within the legislature, 73%, and in the judiciary, 66%. President Buhari surely has his work cut out for him. If truly Nigeria must be extracted from the clutches of corruption, the battle must be taken seriously and approached viciously. One way is perhaps to start cutting wages of public officials perceived as obscene. Seun Okinbaloye reporting for Channels Television News.
Now, one of the states where the issue of unpaid wages is biting hard is Osun State. In southwest of Nigeria, 8 months of unpaid salaries and pensions has taken its toll on workers, pensioners, and even the traders. They are feeling the domino effect. Our next report puts a human face to this development.
Osun State in Nigeria's southwest region. The streets look calm enough, but it's a deceptive calm. The government is owing workers and pensioners, and these has largely affected so many activities in the state. The civil servants say they are being owed 7 months' salaries. Pensioners say they've not received their entitlements for 8 months, a situation which they say has led to the unfortunate death of about 236 pensioners in the state. To protest the inability of government to pay, workers have downed tools, and almost every government activity has been put on hold. The state secretariat and local governments are all shut. Schools, the state broadcast station, and hospitals are also all empty and under lock and key. The people are united in their call for an urgent intervention.
I have my aged parents to feed. The 2 of them are aged, and imagine I've not been paid for the past 8 months. I have children in the university. Some of us have children in the secondary school, primary school, and you won't believe it that some of us who are chief lecturers have had our children sent back home from schools.
Alhaji Bisi Badiru is a 71-year-old retiree. He and his wife are pensioners, while his 2 children work for the state government. For his family, life has not been easy in the last 7 months.
I want to join the people who are appealing to the government, especially our governor, to have passion look at us, on us. We are no more healthy enough to go about to look for another source of livelihood rather than what our pensions is every month.
Even the church is affected. The chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Osun State Chapter, is asking his members to assist the unpaid workers any way they can.
We have said this time with that number that the government should, as a matter of importance, abandon even all other things and care for the souls by giving them their entitlements so that the life can keep on going.
At the market, the traders and artisans are also complaining.
When we ask our customers, we have not seen you, did not buy market from us. They say they have not received their salaries and they don't have money, that everybody's don't manage.
The governor of the state, Rauf Aregbesola, is not unmindful of the people's plight. At a recent public function, he again appealed to the workers and the pensioners.
I feel the pains you feel because I know what it is to work and not have the expected wage for your labor. Unfortunately, I'm helpless, and that's just the word to use. If there's any way I could assuage your pains, I will do it before we even got to this pass. But unfortunately, we are at a juncture in our national life that we have to experience this.
For now, it's a wait-and-see situation, a wait with hope that change will be seen soon.
14 foreigners alleged to be involved in illegal oil bunkering have asked Justice Ibrahim Buba of the Federal High Court, Lagos, to dismiss the charges against them. Through their counsel, Babajide Koko, a senior advocate of Nigeria, the accused persons filed an application challenging the jurisdiction of the court to hear the charges. The foreigners contended that they were arrested on international waters, which were not within Nigeria's territorial waters. They also challenged the charge, insisting that it disclosed no offense against them. The foreigners, made up of 8 Filipinos, 3 Russians and 3 Ukrainians, also claimed that they were not involved in any illegal activity. The FCC has, however, opposed the application. The Commission insists that the application is premature and wants the court to proceed to trial and make a ruling on the application when judgment is delivered in the case. The Commission, through its lawyer, Rotimi Oyedekpo, also insists that having charged the foreigners under the Miscellaneous Offences Act for illegal dealing in petroleum products for which they had no license, they did not need the consent of the Attorney General of the Federation to institute the criminal action against the accused persons. Justice Ibrahim Buba has adjourned till tomorrow, Thursday, to rule on whether to proceed with a trial of the case. About 43 victims of the explosion in Monguno Local Council of Borno State are receiving treatment at the Maiduguri Specialist Hospital. Hospital authorities say 14 others were brought in dead. The explosion occurred after locals were celebrating the victory of troops just back from Marte after liberating the town from insurgents. Witnesses say a member of the Civilian Joint Task Force picked a strange ornament from Marte, which he mistook for gold, with the intention of selling it. The metal exploded in the midst of the crowd that gathered to celebrate the victory. Monguno is the hometown of Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima. He led a government delegation to identify with the victims at the hospital. Still ahead on the News at 10, heaps of refuse pile up at the Eneka and Rukoku communities in Rivers State. Join us again.